I can't believe it, we are getting Tenkaichi 4 after 16 years. They are bringing back the Tenkaichi series of Dragon Ball games, a sequel. We are finally getting a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4 on next gen consoles. We did it, we have waited so long for this, many years, it's finally come, a dream come true for us. Now that the dust has settled, I need to talk about the timeline, my thoughts, reaction, how this series started my journey on YouTube, making videos and how we finally got here, and the future of the game on my channel. I will try to keep the video concise, short and sweet. The struggle has been real. For countless years, us fans, we wanted some kind of remaster collection of the Tenkaichi series, like how we did with the Budokai HD collection that released on the PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2012. We didn't dare think of asking for a sequel, as the last game that had the name Tenkaichi in the title was Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, and you know how that turned out. My first reaction, I'll describe it to you. I didn't record a live reaction because it was actually a genuine surprise. Not a single leak or rumour for this game appeared online before the reveal and announcement at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, which is literally unheard of in this day and age. A day before the event started, I predicted on Twitter that maybe we'll see info on Fighter's rollback netcode release date, the next Xenoverse 2 DLC character, and some new gameplay info on Kakarot's latest DLC, the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai Tournament arc. I was watching the Battle Hour tournament stream of the top 8 last night for Dragon Ball FighterZ finals, and before showing the grand finals for all the games during the stream, they randomly announced they have a teaser trailer to show us. I thought nothing of it at first, but what appeared on screen next was a montage of Budokai Tenkaichi clips from the series of games. I slowly processed it, thinking that's neat, they are showing a tribute to older Dragon Ball games, but it was odd that it started with the Tenkaichi series instead of Budokai 1. Then it shows the Budokai Tenkaichi logo, me thinking, wait, are we finally getting a HD collection for the Tenkaichi series? But boy was I wrong. They transitioned from Tenkaichi 3 Goku transforming into Tenkaichi 4 gameplay of Goku turning Super Saiyan Blue. I was literally speechless, but my child self in me wanted to scream so loud I was just flabbergasted, had goosebumps all over my arms and hair standing on my back, and couldn't believe what I'd just seen, like some fever dream. A rush of nostalgia, emotions and thoughts were running through me. I was thinking to myself, is this a dream? This can't be real. My mind couldn't comprehend what I saw. But then the end card for the teaser appeared saying, a new Budokai Tenkaichi begins. My brain finally caught up and realized this dream is finally a reality. Now I want to talk about briefly how I started my journey on YouTube with Tenkaichi series of games, and a recap of the timeline history that comes with a lot of ups and downs for over 15 years, from speculations and rumours and more, from Tenkaichi 3 in 2007 to Tenkaichi HD Collection, Sparkling Omega, Ultimate Tenkaichi and more. Tenkaichi 2 is the first game I started making videos on YouTube. It was the game that started my journey on YouTube. Sadly, my first videos are not on my channel anymore, but from memory I think my first ever video on Tenkaichi 2 for PlayStation 2 was in December 2006. The following year I remember they announced Tenkaichi 3 was coming late 2007. Funny story, the game came out in Japan a month earlier than it did in the West. In October, I couldn't wait, but I managed to get my hands on the Japanese version called Dragon Ball Z Sparking Meteor. This was the game that I heavily invested my time and uploaded videos on. For a long time I have many fond memories playing this game. I loved everything about it. This was the game I heavily invested my time and uploaded videos on. For a long time I have many fond memories playing this game. I love everything about it, the good and its flaws. Even after 16 years since its first release, I still place it as my #1 Dragon Ball video game of all time without a doubt. The PS2 era ended with the launch of PS3 and Xbox 360. Fans wondered at that time, will we get a Tenkaichi 4 on these new next-gen consoles? We got Burst Limit in 2008, then the following year we got a game called Raging Blast in 2009. Before its official title was announced, every one of us thought from the initial teaser that it was Tenkaichi 4 with next-gen graphics, since the developer was Spike, who made both Tenkaichi series and Raging Blast. Initial thoughts were positive until people got their hands on it with playtime at E3. It looked similar, but overall gameplay didn't feel quite right. It was evident after Raging Blast 2, this game from the outside looked like Tenkaichi, but on the inside, its core, it just wasn't. 2012 came 2 years after the release of Raging Blast 2. Out of nowhere, the summer of 2012, Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection was revealed to release later that year. Once again, this reveal gave hopes that one day we would get a Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi HD Collection with all 3 games one day. Especially the Wii version, as it contained netplay so you could play online with friends, as the PS3 and Xbox 360 were fully capable to play any online games. I remember a Spanish game store website leaked a possible Tenkaichi HD Collection listing, with even an art cover, but it was debunked by Bandai. Since then, fans wonder why we never got a Tenkaichi HD Collection, where the Budokai HD Collection sales low in numbers, making them not do another collection. It was unclear, speculation or rumours spread throughout the fandom. From what I remember, the reason was that Spike lost the original game files to do a remaster of Tenkaichi 3, hence why we never got it, but not sure if there's any truth to this. It's hard to believe, but anything's possible. Then comes 2011, the release of Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. Does anyone remember how it got its name or title of the game? Around that time, Bandai shared a survey to fill out. One question in particular was to vote for the next title for the next game. Out of the 5 titles, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi was the one that got the most votes from fans, but the gameplay and style had nothing to do with the Tenkaichi series. Now in 2012, we had a sequel, a Tenkaichi 4 fake leak. Someone during that time made up a Jump article and logo stating the title to be called Sparking Omega. At the time, we all thought it was real, since the Japanese versions of the game were called Sparking, Sparking Neo, and Sparkling Meteor. So it would have made sense. Too bad it was fake. 11 years later, after that false leak, we finally get an official reveal teaser of Budokai Tenkaichi 4 in 2023. As they say, the rest is history. It's a long time coming. This series will always have a place in my heart. I still can't believe it. Gives me hope for the future of Dragon Ball video games on console, as we wavered with mobile gacha games, DLC and season passes with no sequels for any Dragon Ball game since Xenoverse 1, which was 7 years ago. Does anyone remember back in the day, during the PS2 and PS3 era of Dragon Ball games, we used to get a new Dragon Ball game once a year or a sequel? It would push the devs to innovate and improve on the core gameplay mechanics. When you compare Budokai 1 to Infinite World or Budokai Tenkaichi 1 versus Tenkaichi 3, the gameplay has vastly improved, so much better and smooth. Like I said on Twitter, Bandai needs to keep the same energy support for Budokai Tenkaichi 4 like they did for Xenoverse 2, 7 years of season passes and DLC. I wouldn't mind it at all, as long as the gameplay is good. I will continue making videos on Tenkaichi 4 as we get more information and keep you up to date for the coming days, weeks, months and years. I'll be doing gameplay commentary, breakdown videos and more. So if you like this type of video, going down memory lane and a small history lesson with the timeline with Tenkaichi 3 in 2007 till now, let me know your thoughts on the reveal of Tenkaichi 4 in the comments below. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're new to the channel. That's all from me. See you in the next Tenkaichi 4 video. DBZanto signing out.